Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. I'm Naya for those of you who are new, and in this pico card we're gonna talk about how the moon is influencing you. Exactly, because I think recently there's gonna be, if you're watching this video when I'm posting it, a full moon in Leo, but there is always a full moon out there. And what my mother, that was a witch, taught me, and my grandmother before her, is that the moon always is influencing us in a way or another. And usually what we hold within ourselves as our current vibration is what is going to be amplified by the moon. So I'm not disregarding astrology, obviously, but in this channel I teach you, or I support you to overcome any predictions or astrology in and of itself. So it really depends on your current vibration, what the full moon is going to expand. So this is what we're going to look at today in this pico card, how the moon is influencing you, regardless of whenever the moon is placed in Leo, Taurus, Scorpio, or whatever sign. Obviously, there are very talented astrologers doing predictions, so you can look at that each and every month. But in this pico card, we're going to see what you hold inside that is going to be amplified. I'm going to give you a little example over here. Let's say your heart is full of love, you're really in a positive period in your life. Most likely the full moon is going to amplify that. And in fact, even witchcraft wise or energy wise or law of attraction wise, whatever you're coming from, you can utilize that vibration in a full moon ritual to expand it and even manifest more things in regards to love, or love is the highest energy of all, whatever you want to manifest. But if you hold resentment in your heart in a particular period, most likely the full moon is going to expand that energy. So this is how I've been taught to look at the moon, and rather than all the time looking upon on what sign the moon is in. So let's see what is your message, how the moon is influencing you right now, or whenever you're watching this video. And today we're going to do things a little bit different. I want you guys to focus and concentrate, and obviously choose a pile. Pile number 1, it's over here. Pile number 2, number 3, or number 4. Thank you for the timestamps down below. Focus on the card while I'm talking, obviously, and choose your own pile with your gut feelings. But it's very important because in this particular pico card, I am not going to show you tons of oracle decks or tarot. I have tarot for clarification, but I'm simply going to use my channeling, because this is how it's called channeling, to give you a prediction, or rather to give you an advice on how the moon is influencing you. And I'm also going to use my crystals to do my oracle reading channeling abilities. And then I'm going to show you also the card that is without any meanings but are channeling cards. They help the channeler channeling. Okay, now that I did this disclaimer, comment down below if you like already this method, and in the meantime choose a pile, and I'm going to move ahead for those of you guys who choose pile number 1. How is the moon influencing you in your life? All right, so let's see what I have for you, group number 1. I am going to concentrate and take a deep breath. You can take a deep breath with me, because time is an illusion, and this is already happening somewhere, or it's happening at the same time. And there is also a dimension where it's not happening, believe it or not. I know, it's a little bit messy. All right, let's see, group number 1, how the moon is influencing you. I'm definitely feeling that the moon for group number 1 is influencing them greatly. I see a lot of Cancerian or water energy. You are a pile that is very, very sensitive. You could possibly be psychic, or you believe in spirituality and in the angelic realm. In fact, I do see you could have a golden aura, you could like yellow, you could have an orange aura, but I definitely do see at least 2 spirit guides or an angelic protection over you. So the moon is amplifying, in my perspective, group number 1, first of all, your passions and your abilities. In fact, when there is the full moon, you could be very much energized by the full moon, but at the same time, if you are drained by someone else's energy, you could feel it a lot more. So it goes both ways, but usually the full moon energizes you. So we have the first stone, and the first stone, let me see. It doesn't matter what stone is this. To me, you're really into the occult and into the unknown, group number 1. I really feel that you're still discovering a lot of things about yourself, and even though you might have psychic abilities, I do feel that you still have, like, you're still discovering layers of you. And there is almost like in the spirit where you're watching this pick a card, there is almost a fog around you at this time, which indicates that possibly you ask astrology or follow astrology, spirituality, and even pick a cards to find the way back. You feel like you need to see the light at the end of the tunnel, because a lot of the information that you can psychically pick out from the universe sometimes confuse you and they are overwhelming. So how the moon is influencing you? The moon is making you more passionate. The moon, even you could be possibly also passionate about astrology for some of you. The moon is making you see also your shadow self. Like there are parts, depending on what sign again the moon is in, which obviously it could be any sign, but sometimes it's like approaching the full moon, there are some things that get revealed to you, group number 1. Like as sudden events happening, you do understand a lot more things about yourself, because I feel it's like the moon, it's not darkness for you. The moon is the light in the darkness, which obviously makes sense even physically, but it's like I see a fog and like you moving through a fog. And somehow in some of the episode of the full moon, you get glimpse of enlightenment, you get glimpse of understanding, and you feel like there is also like a hand, like a protection guiding you always in the right path. It's like it always steers you, this angel, this spirit guide, or possibly 2 spirit guides, always in the right path. But I do see that it's influencing you with great passion, knowledge, and understanding of yourself and mysterious realms. So obviously fit the message where it needs to fit. Let me see what else can I see for you guys. So I do see that you almost like, there is the lapis lazuli over here that dropped, which for me indicates that again, you're still discovering your psychic abilities, and somehow, even though you know you can use them, sometimes you feel far from them. Like I said before, there is a sort of fog. I do see though that you cherish a lot of emotions, your heart chakra, or possibly you vibrate a lot from your heart chakra. In fact, it is very possible that you could have also a green aura, or that just your heart chakra is very developed. I do see that group number 1, you cherish a lot family tradition, and you cherish a lot love and relationship. Nevertheless, I do see that love and relationship are sometimes what hurts you the most, which is usually for people. But this is because I feel for group number 1, you have had a separation during a full moon, or possibly you didn't still find your soulmate or twin flame or whatever label you want to use it yet. You thought it was a particular person, but you feel a little bit of distance right now. Now, it could possibly very much be that you could also date someone new very recently, or very recently is gonna happen, but being like the energy as it is today, it is very important that with this new person that is either in your life right now or is gonna come, possibly in this full moon in Leo, it is very important that you keep a pure intention and an open mind and an open heart in order to not get into the fact of wearing a mask because you want to present yourself as the best possible, and because you always want to be there for others. Because I feel for group number 1, this is why you got taken advantage of, because you always give too much to others, because you're very kind, you're very sensitive, you really like animals as well, possibly, I do see. But I also do see that there is a part of your soul mission that you're not clearly seeing right now, and again, it comes down to the metaphor of the fog. And I see your angels and spirit guides really advising you right now on what is it that you really came here to do, and what is your dharma. So possibly the full moon will really, how is it affecting you? It really helps you out to shedding some truth within yourself and steer you to the right direction, to that path of light where you truly, like at every full moon, you peel on some layers and you understand more about yourself and where you need to go, and also how you need to approach others. So this is what I see for you guys. So now let's see the cards for a second. I'm gonna pull this back. Also Also, going out in nature could be very, very, very good for you guys, especially during the full moon. And again, let's see what there is here. But that's very nice because I see like a hermit card and a torch of light in this card. I hope you guys can see it. I'm going to put it like this. I don't need to see it, but I feel like this is your spirit guides during the full moon trying to give you breakthrough. And I'm seeing sparkle and I'm saying that I really feel that you can utilize the energy of the full moon to understand better things about others and things about yourself, or have anything that is hidden and that gets brought up to the surface during the full moon. I see that possibly, again, it's all about understanding yourself and having these waves of consciousness arising, possibly also in your dream state. I'm also seeing the symbol of the dragon, whether the dragon could be your spirit animals or not. It could very much be also Kundalini awakening for some of you guys that choose pile number 1. So this is what I see, that this is how the moon is influencing you. Let's see the tarot, because I know that you guys love to see the tarot. So let's see any confirmation or clarification from the tarot. Let's see for you guys. We have the 5 of Pentacles, the 8 of Cups, the 5 of Swords, and the 8 of Wands. So for me, again, I do see this separation that is coming from the heart chakra and you walking away during this full moon, which is so funny because the 8 of Cups represents a full moon as well, and a person going away. I really feel that you get influenced and utilize the full moon to heal from heart wounds and separations as well. Nevertheless, I do see that the full moon is giving you, because there is a part of you that it's hurt because of love and relationship, which I'm not going to develop in this reading too much, but there is a part of you that with the full moon becomes enhanced with passion, activity, communication. And again, it's all about understanding that you're not alone, understanding that you're not lost, understanding that you are not deprived. And the full moon teaches you that because it's steering you through the portal that it creates, through his energy, through the light of the moon, expands your consciousness in a way where you can utilize it and you're more capable of understanding who you are and communicate it to the world. This is all I have for you, okay? Obviously, we could talk for hours about this because I feel there are more layers to this prediction or to this reading, but go ahead and watch all my other pico cards to have more specific information, or book a private reading with me or anyone else with me. The link is down below that will lead you directly to my Etsy shop. Okay. For those of you guys who choose pile number 2, like I said, we're going to make this reading a little bit different. I'm still going to use tarot by the end if we need them, but I'm going to channel a message for you on how the moon is influencing you, and I'm going to be helped by my crystals to do that. So let's see group number 2. How is the moon influencing you generally, the full moon? Because remember, or the moon even in general, because remember, the moon expands what we hold as a current vibration, especially when we're talking about the full moon. I see for group number 2 that I see the tiger eye. So for me, could be the tiger is your spirit animal or a feline possibly. I feel you guys are the spiritual warrior. You guys are very courageous. You fight for what you believe, and therefore the moon expands that. Every time you're close to the full moon, you feel like you want to fight for justice, or rather against injustices. It's just the way that you are, and possibly you have been dealing with a lot of injustices in your workplace, and that is why you understand when people stand up for themselves. You believe that the truth is what matters, or at least you believe in respecting others, but at the same time that doesn't mean that you have to shut up on your own beliefs. You are a dreamer, group number 2, and I also feel that the moon expands your dreams. All right, so the lapis lazuli keeps falling for a lot of people because I feel that the moon expands a lot of people's psychic abilities, and I feel that yours are definitely stronger than possibly even group in pile number 1. And again, funny enough, the tiger eye came in the middle, so I see a star. I see a star in this crystal. So you are the middle, and the middle of you, the core of your essence that the moon obviously expands is the fact that you are a spiritual warrior. You have the eye of the tiger. There was even a song, right, about that. You are a star. You're very charismatic. Possibly you're very attractive and very beautiful, and people get drawn to that. But you also cherish a lot love and relationship. Having soulmate connection for you is something very, very important, and that radiates to everything that you do. But I feel that group number 2, when the full moon or the moon is enhancing you, it enhances you in a way where you are a star. Possibly group number 2, you also come from the star. You could be an indigo, a crystal, a rainbow. You could be a star seed, and I feel that you have a lot of eyes around you. Like you would be, even if you're not right now, you will be at the center of attention, and there is more than one force that is working with you. Some are forces of light. Sometimes you do have very shadow, dark aspects of you. You're very rounded. I see that you've been around quite a while energetically, and there is I feel a lot of emphasis for you into either staying within a soulmate relationship, having your soulmates around, or finding right now in the full moon a soulmate relationship, or possibly even twin flame relationship, because I do feel that your career is or your passion, your purpose is very entangled with that tiger eye, with the rose quartz, is very entangled in a relationship, and in something that you are going to brought up to the surface with someone else that is your soulmate or twin flame, and that's why you cherish a lot those type of things. One warning that I need to give you is that I feel that there is some sort of healing, or you need to not get drained by the full moon, or you need to not get drained by others, because I possibly feel that you might have the tendency, group number 2, because you have this great stardom, can you say that? You have this great light that attracts people around you, that you might attract people that have not the best interest in you, and that might have like a negative influence even energetically on you. Nothing to be worried about. It's something that I'm telling you in case you need that. I feel that your psychic abilities are there, and I feel they're natural. You're born with them, and you could possibly like study them, but I feel it just comes natural to you. You just have ideas and things, and it just comes to you. Let me see whether or not I see something more. I do see that possibly you're gonna get pregnant within a full moon. It doesn't have to happen right now. If you're female, obviously, it doesn't have to happen in a year, 2 years. I'm saying it could possibly happen. I do see a baby, a male that wants to be born from you, and it's possibly going to happen within a full moon, even the conception. I do see a lot of interest for starseed, and I do see a lot of interest for the star in general, and you feel almost like an alien sometimes in the world. So I made a video about starseed if you guys want to watch it. But yeah, this is how the moon influences you. The moon is making you a star. It's making you feel like a star, and it's possibly giving you could be a witch, or you could be working with the moon in order to banish away negative energy, because I do see that. I do see black, the color black, even in crystals, protects from negative energy, and black is not a color, absorbs energy. So this is what I see that you do. Sometimes in order not to get attacked, and especially to protect your relationship, you absorb this energy. Okay, this is what I see from the crystals. So now let me see what else do I gather from the card that you guys choose. All right, I know they're so noisy, so I apologize for that. Oh, nice. The star, like you popping up out of nowhere in a room that is full of gold. And again, this reminds me so much of you feeling like an alien. I do see this connection with other planetary systems. I do see this connection with the star. Again, you could watch my video about starseed. You had, since you were a child, you could possibly be also very creative. But I do see that no matter what you're doing, you're always going to feel different, and that's why by feeling feeling, by virtue of feeling different, you cannot stand injustices. You are really into the appreciation of love and the fact that you want to do your work with somebody that is similar to you, because you know what it is like to feel alone. You know what it is like when nobody understands you. And now that the moon gives you the power to be out there and express that to others, you don't have to feel lost. You have to keep going. That is what I am prominently seeing as a guidance for you, group number 2. I hope it's making some sense. Now let's see if the tarot want to clarify any of this. Group number 2. The 8 of Wands. You don't have to stop. You have to keep communicating, because through the full moon and the energy of the moon, people that are like you are gonna come, and there is good luck with the Wheel of Fortune coming at your side. Again, your destiny is to have an unexpected twist of fate, positive gains, and your destiny to be a star, even if sometimes you want to shy away. And it doesn't matter what you do. I'm telling you what the moon is bringing you and expanding in you as a person. These are too many cards. You almost like sometimes you feel that I arrived over here, no matter what heights you arrived, let's say it that way, and you're like, what do I do with that? I still feel lost. I still feel alone, because probably this is not even your planet in a way, and you're always going to feel like that. But it's through the expression of that you're going to become independent, successful, and people are going to understand you and seek for you and seek for your advice, because you're very, very different. And possibly you are going to do this for a while alone, but then eventually that dream and desires to do it with the person that you love is going to come true. Exactly. And this person is going to be either a fire sign. You cannot see it right now, but I do see that either it's going to be a Gemini. See a Gemini. It's going to be a Leo, a Sagittarius, or an Aries, or it's going to be a life path number 1. It could possibly be also a Taurus, a Capricorn, or having heavy, strong placements on the earth, and a Taurus, a Capricorn, and a Virgo. Sorry, Virgo. And but this is definitely an emperor, a king, somebody that knows, has knowledge, is grounded, financially very well off, and a great leader, and somebody very, very passionate. That is who you're going to do this work with, and that is probably what the moon is expanding within yourself. And possibly some of you might meet this person in the full moon in Leo, because if we have a fire sign over here, that is possible for you, group number 2, if you're watching this video, obviously, when I'm making it. All right, this is what I see for you guys. This is how the moon is influencing you, no matter the sign and what is in. If you like this video, comment down below, and if you want a private reading, the link is down below as well. They will lead you directly to my Etsy shop. All right. Okay, let's move on. For those of you guys who choose pile number 3, how is the moon affecting you, no matter what sign there is, and especially obviously the full moon? I am going to use the card as a clarifier last, since I know you guys like tarot, but in my general ways of doing stuff, I do channel a lot. And today I'm going to use the crystals to help myself channeling. So let's see what I have for you guys. How is the moon influencing you, affecting you? I feel there is a lot of pain for you, group number 3, or possibly if you don't feel in pain, is a lot of introspection. The moon helps you going within in an introspective way. I feel there is a lot going on for you, group number 3. Let me see. Well, possibly there was a person running away from you or moving away from your life. Group number 3, the moon is giving you the possibility to put your life in the right track again. And I feel that right now you are sensing, whenever you're watching this video, a lot of chaos around you, and it's almost like you are putting yourself back into harmony mode. What do I mean by that? I know it doesn't make sense said like that, but you're trying to put everything into structure again, so that becomes your stable foundation to go out back into the world and have that shield to protect yourself. The moon is giving you the possibility of groundness, in my opinion. It could though expand a lot of sorrow and pain if you're still healing through that. It is important that you go within when you feel this. Wear an amethyst stone, that also might help you, rather than projecting onto other people. Having the role of a victim might not be advised for you, group number 3, but it is also about, it's only about actually taking the responsibility in your life. The moon is affecting you in order to make you understand that you cannot always win, and neither you cannot always lose. Life is a constant cycle, is a constant phase. Like the moon has phases. Sometimes you're high, sometimes you're down, but it's through the understanding of this phase and of this journey that you grow, expand, and at the end of a lifetime, you become transformed. Because it's only through change, which usually is uncomfortable. That's why we come into this existence, and it's only through transformation that we can go to the core of who we really are. And I feel that you have this sort of epiphanies, especially about shedding away fear and restructuring yourself during the full moons, regardless of whatever sign the moon is in. I do see either there is a friend, could very much be, or a loved ones that made you feel upside down, and the moon is trying to heal you and make you reanalyze this person or this situation. I feel that you felt very hurt by this individual, whoever this individual is, and you felt almost like you weren't properly understood. And there is a possibility, though, I do see for you, group number 3, of reconciliation. The thing is that in order to reconcile with this individual, it is very important that you say what you have to say and you don't back down on that. There is a lot of clarity that the full moon can give you, and especially a lot of structure and a lot of grounding. That is what I am seeing. Also, I feel that working with plants, potions, if you're a witch or stuff like that, essence, I feel you are very good working with your hands and using your logic or the power of the moon to create things, whatever creation means for you, okay? But there is something that you're deeply hurt by. Obviously, if this is not resonating, don't take it. So this is what I see for you through the crystals. Now, let me see what the card that I pulled out for you is saying. Remember that the lotus flower always blossoms in the mud. So again, it's those phases of the moon teaching you that you can blossom no matter what circumstances, challenges, it's coming towards you, because at the end of the day, it's all happening like in an hologram, like in a game, that it's only serving you and it's never against you. It's always serving you. It's always making you grow. It's always making you stronger. It depends on your perception, because what many people call reality doesn't actually exist. Reality is nothing but a game of perception, if you think about it. Anyway, let's see, and in fact it's about perception that this card talks about. It's almost like you make other people, and the moon emphasizes that in my perspective for you, group number 3. You live through the judgment of other people and through how people see you in a very narrow perspective. Whoever, even if we're talking about a specific individual, it is time that you know that you have the key to open the doors of your perception. You can change how people perceive you by changing how you perceive yourself. But if you only follow what other people think of you, you're going to be scattered. You are not going to be an individual that is in alignment, because if you do a survey, for instance, of 10 people, even 10 friends, asking you, who are you? They're going to reply so differently, because everybody lives through a different perception. We perceive smells in a different way. We perceive colors in a different way. Life is a game of perception. So you have to choose what is your perception of yourself. And through that liberation, the moon will expand gifts, will expand blessings for you, will expand who you truly are, and not the pain that people are projecting onto you, or whatever you are feeling currently right now that you think is going to last forever. It is not. You have the key to change how people perceive you. You have the key to change your outer perspective, and you can utilize the energy of the moon to influence that. Okay, this is what I see for you guys. So let's see if I get any clarification on that with the tarot. For group number 3, is there any clarification, anything that we need to know at this time on how the moon is influencing group number 3, how they can use the energy of the moon? The World card in the reverse, very interesting. Traveling around the world, using social media, going out there. I'm going to put it in, not in the reversed. I'm going to put it like this because this is how I read tarot. You could be a moon in Aquarius, you could have a rising sign in Aquarius, you could be Scorpio, you could be Taurus, you could be a Leo. No matter what sign are you can change the perception of other people. And this is what the moon is expanding for you. So depending on what you choose, the moon will expand that and will put you in the spotlight. So fit the message where it needs to fit. This can be a new beginning if you go with the understanding of change, the understanding of energy, phases, and transformations, like we were saying before. And funny enough, we have the moon card. You changing faces. 2 major arcana. Possibly by the time you're watching this video, this is a very transformative period for you, making you enter to another dimension in a way, to another way of doing things. The World card, competition and new beginning. And this card that really reminds me of having the key to unlock certain things within you and therefore outside of you. And then I'm also seeing the Lovers card, 3 major arcana. 3 possibly could be a very important number for you, and the 10 of Swords, which talks about you feel alone, you feel lost, you feel in pain, you feel betrayed, friends, lovers, no matter what. It is over. It is over. The moon can heal that and can amplify so much more. Your abilities to see the light, you being at the center stage with more power and presence, whatever center stage might mean for you. And with the Lover cards, harmony within soulmates, within the family, within friends. It is all about you having the key of perception, and you have to just open the right door. That's what the moon is how the moon is influencing you right now. This is what I see for you guys. I hope it makes some sense. If you want a private reading, the link is down below. All right, let's see how the moon is influencing you, group number 4. As you know, I do things a little bit different on this channel, so I'm not going to lay down a lot of cards. I'm going to channel a message for you with the help of crystals as well, and by the end of the reading, we're going to use also tarot. So let's see how the moon, no matter what sign the moon is in, is influencing you, group number 4. I feel for group number 4, there is a lot of laughter, a lot of creativity. You feel like you feel positive when there is the full moon. I'm not gonna lie. And if it doesn't resonate, you can choose also another pile. I feel it almost makes you feel when you're down in a way, agitated, but it's always in a positive way. And you're a bit all over the place when there is a full moon, for example. I'm sorry I have to do this, but I have to see the crystals. All right, we have the 3 crystals over here. I do see, first of all, I'm going to put it this way. I do see that group number 4, you feel very positive because usually you come from a higher vibrational standing point, and the moon announces that you're very high vibrational. You could be an earth angels for some of you. You hold a very, very pure light within you. You could possibly you like fairy tales, for instance, or you're very creative. You like to draw, you like to write, you like to imagine things. Music could be involved as well. Anything that belongs to the realm of imagination imagination, which in my perspective, the realm of imagination is the highest realm because it's the one closest to God, to source, to prime creator. And you could have possibly group number 4, a spiritual path or slash a creative path in this lifetime. I also feel that you're very within this higher perspective, this higher vibrational standing point that the moon enhances for you. Channeling could be also, because artists are always channelers. It could very much, but not just artists. I mean, if you think about Einstein and the theory of relativity, he channeled it, in my perspective. So just saying, also scientists, people that use and think a lot. I think the moon for you, the moon emphasizes that for you, the mind and the realm of imagination. But at the same time, you are very good at grounding those ideas. And especially if you take a long walk through rivers or near water and earth, obviously water and earth, to the sea, you can actualize those incredible imaginations. And through the moon, you will see that. I see also a heart shape. So I feel that kids are going to bring a lot of luck in your life, whether we're talking about children in general, or we're talking about your kids, or we're talking about young generation. Obviously fit them, or you could be very young. So fit the message where it needs to fit. And yeah, I see this like higher channeling, high vibrational abilities that comes from imagination, and that is how the moon affects you and how the moon influences your work. That later on, through the descendant part of the moon, you're able to ground it into a tangible reality, if I'm making some sense. And yeah, this is what I see for you. I don't see a lot of other things apart from this triangle. You could have been possibly interested or lived in ancient Egypt or Atlantis and have interest in pyramids or triangle shaped in sacred geometry. The triangle might be very important. So think about that if you see a triangle in anywhere, okay? Okay, let me see the cards then if I don't see anything else. Wow, the imagination card, the rainbow. You can create rainbows through your mind, and sometimes because the moon emphasizes that, you get overwhelmed by the amount of ideas and creativity that you're able to pull out. It's incredible. I possibly do see music, photography, or writing, anything that is creative, and I do see that you get like mesmerized. You're the type of person that when it has an original idea or anything that comes from this realm of imagination really gets obsessed about it, and if you cannot do it right now, you get frustrated. You're like, I need to write down this idea, I need to do it, and you get so absorbed, like you could paint for hours and not even notice that hours have passed, or you simply just get really obsessed by this artistic endeavors that you're doing. And the moon is influencing, emphasizing this aspect of you. You could possibly be also on a more spiritual level a rainbow child, so somebody that came into this existence coming from a higher vibrational standing point, we could say, to bring harmony into this place. You are the one that if you're not an artist, you're somebody that wants to have creative solution in order to bring more harmony and peace into this planet, because you don't really understand when people fight and argue so much about pointless things. You're just like, what's the point? Like, we can find a better solution. You're very into that. Or at the same time, you recognize that peace is not something that must be obtained somewhere on earth, but it's the standing point of creation. Therefore, it's the way that people should take action from. But I do see this incredible imagination towards you, and through the development on a physical plane of your inner child, you will thrive a lot and utilize at best the energy of the moon. Okay, this is what I see for you. Now, let's see if the tarot have any clarification about number 4, your pile. So let's see. Any clarification for group. This card keeps dropping, like the 8 of Wands again, which is about communication and having good news. But since this card has dropped a lot of times before, and the moon as well, I'm going to shuffle for you the deck a little bit better because I don't want it to be influenced by the other piles. But yeah, it's been like the Eight of Wands. It seemed like the collective energy is telling us right now to communicate and communicate clearly with who? With ourselves, with the universe, and with people around us. It's always the three things. Actually, it will be with God, with us, and with others. Always, and in this order. All right, so let's see what else do I see for you, group number 4. All right. The Nine of Swords, the Ten of Cups, and the Five of Swords. So don't worry if some people feel like they are copying you or moving ahead of you with the Five of Swords, because the Five of Swords is a person that has a lot of ego, winning a battle, but in reality is not winning anything, because it's the other people that are saying, oh, I can't even be bothered to fight with this person, it's pointless. And this is where you're standing. You're walking away from people that you're like, let them win easy. It doesn't even matter. What matters is my own happiness, my own imagination, and the moon emphasizes that in you. So utilize the moon to create something that is better, rather than feeling in despair because some people might have more advantages or might copy others or whatever it is. I'm not projecting, but I'm just saying it could be for you. Or it might be that you feel desperate because you feel other people are moving ahead of you and you're not. Utilize the energy of the moon to create that beautiful rainbow, because it's only through you that the rainbow can come, and it's going to be different. Let them win, let them have their shortcuts. It's nothing to do with you, because you're destined to happy and fulfillment, in my opinion, with this Ten of Cups. Or at least according to the Speaker card, the moon is influencing you to use your emotion and imagination to have joy and fulfillment within, that later on in the long term it's going to be transformed into your personal successes. So this is what I see for you, group number 4. I hope it's making some sense. If you like this reading, comment down below, thumbs up, and for private reading, the link is down below. All right. Thank you so much, you guys, for being here with me today, and keep in mind, you're never wrong if you follow love. Bliss, everyone.